Hello everyone. During today's short lecture, I will explain to you briefly about the benefits and functions of the calcium for our human body. Calcium is one of the body's electrolytes, which are minerals that carry the electric charge when dissolved in the body fluids, such as blood. Now, most of our body's calcium is stored in the bones and teeth to help to maintain the strength of bones. But our body cells, especially muscle cells and blood, also contain calcium. And the amount of calcium in your blood and in your bones and teeth needs to be balanced. Calcium is very important for different functions in the body. So let's have a look about the main functions. Now, firstly, calcium helps to keep our bones and teeth strong. Calcium is essential in developing, growing, and maintaining the bone and teeth strength. Now, when people are young, calcium actually contribute to the development of the bones. However, after a person turns to certain age, especially after 40 or 50 years of age, now calcium um, start to get lost from the body, and the absorption of calcium also reduce, which will make our bones and teeth become weaker. Now, two types of people are easy to suffer the weakening bones. They include female and older people. Older people lose calcium because when they get old, the calcium reabsorption reduces. Now, female also have higher chance of losing calcium because the female hormone, which is the estrogen, will reduce when people get older. So when the estrogen hormone reduces, the calcium cannot be properly reserved by the body, so the level of calcium will reduce and making the bones weaker. So female and older people, they are highly likely to suffer from weakening bones. Secondly, calcium maintains the normal muscle contraction. Different organs in the body requires muscles to contract to maintain its function. For example, our heart actually is made of muscle, which helps the heart to contract and pump out the blood to supply to the body. So if we don't have enough calcium, the contraction of the heart will be affected because the muscle function will be affected. Also, calcium can maintain the normal function of our nervous system. So in our brain, we have millions and billions of the nerve cells, and these nerve cells we call them neuron. And the neuron needs to connect with each other to send message to help the brain to process the thoughts and make decision. So if we don't have enough calcium, the neurons cannot properly connect with another neuron to send the message. So our brain function could also be affected. So people with less calcium could have confusion, delirium, or memory loss because the disturbance of the nervous cells due to the lack of calcium. Calcium also have some other roles. For example, calcium can help with the blood clotting. Now, when there is a bleeding, our clot needs to make the clot to stop the bleeding, and calcium plays an important role in helping the blood to clot. So if we don't have enough calcium, the blood clotting could be affected as well. And because calcium maintains normal muscle contraction, so if the heart cannot contract properly, calcium can also cause the heart rate to either be irregular, so the heart rhythm cannot be maintained if we don't have good balance of calcium. Now the body normally controls the amount of calcium in our cells and bones and blood. The body needs to move calcium out of bones into the blood as needed to maintain a stable level of calcium in the blood. So if the calcium in the blood and bones are not balanced, then two types of hormones will be released in your blood to balance the level of calcium. One hormone is called the parathyroid hormone. Parathyroid hormone is produced by the parathyroid glands, which is located around your thyroid gland in the neck. When the calcium level in blood decreases, the parathyroid glands produce more parathyroid hormone. When the calcium level in the blood increases, the parathyroid glands produce less hormone. So what does parathyroid hormone do? The parathyroid hormone mainly helps to stimulate the bones to release more calcium into the blood when the blood calcium is low. Parathyroid hormone also causes the kidneys to excrete less calcium in urine and stimulates the digestive tract to absorb more calcium. There's another hormone which is called the calcitonin. Calcitonin can lower down the calcium level in your blood by slowing the breakdown of bone. So when the calcium level in your blood is too much, the calcitonin will be produced by the thyroid gland to move the calcium from the blood into your bones to strengthen the bone to make the bone stronger. So for people who have low calcium level in the bone, who have a weakening bone, the doctor normally will inject calcitonin into the blood to help the calcium to be moved from the blood into the bone to make the bone stronger. Now, so these are some basic knowledge about the calcium. Now, let's talk about the foods that we should consume to increase our calcium to make our bones stronger. Now, some good foods include yogurt, milk, salmon, cheese, tofu, beans, nuts, and corn. Now, these kind of foods actually contain rich calcium, which could make our bones strong. So if you are an older person or if you are a female, you need to always maintain a good calcium level in your foods. So the best food resource is milk. So make sure you drink enough milk every week. The milk contains a large amount of calcium, which can continuously maintain your bone strength. And also yogurt also contains a good amount of calcium, so it's really suggested that you consume enough milk and yogurt in your daily diet. Some other foods like grain or beans or tofu or green leafy vegetables like broccoli, and they also contain good amount of calcium. However, milk and yogurt contain higher calcium level than other types of food, which you should consume more. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope this little lecture could help you to learn a bit more knowledge about calcium.